For our devotional study today, let us look at Psalm 63, verses 1 and 2. The Bible says, O God, thou art my God. Early will I seek thee. My soul thirsteth for thee. My flesh longeth for thee in a dry and thirsty land where no water is, to see thy power and thy glory, so as I have seen thee in the sanctuary. These two verses are describing two different places and giving a contrast between the two. In verse 1, we see that the writer finds himself in a dry and thirsty land. In verse 2, he describes what he has seen in the sanctuary of the Lord. His desire is for the power and the glory that he saw in the house of God to be manifested outside of the house of God where the land is so dry. We can certainly see how this is relevant to our present day. Our world has become a very, very dry place. Evil seems to be rampant, and the shouts of wickedness surround us. We are bombarded with secularism, socialism, and just about every other ism that can be proposed. The world is no friend to God, and therefore it is dry. These things are dry because they do not have their source in the water that flows from God and from His Word. The world has rejected the Lord. The world does not honor Him. The writer desires to see water spring up in the dry land like he has seen in the sanctuary. He has seen God move in power and glory. He has seen the blessings flow in the house of God. He has seen the Lord touch the hearts of His people and seen the love and care that He's shown. He's shown Himself mighty in the sanctuary. And we should have a desire to see that in this dry land. What He desires is to see God move in great power in the world. If our land can ever recover from the drought of godlessness, it can only happen through a receiving of God's revelation of Himself. There needs to be a revival. There needs to be a seeking for God. The Bible says in Psalm 85 in verse 6, Wilt thou not revive us again, that thy people may rejoice in thee? The water flows when revival comes. The thirstiness of the land is quenched by the water of God. That which seems to be so dead is revived. We should ask ourselves the question, do we sincerely desire to see the flowing water of God's power and glory saturate our land? If that is true, then listen to the instruction from God concerning this. In 2 Chronicles 7:14, the Bible says, If my people which are called by my name shall humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways, then will I hear from heaven and will forgive their sin and will heal their land. Let us think on these things.